Hello, my name is Nicole. If you like drama, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have many playlists now at times. There was strange politics, and then there was a strange loop, and it was mostly from the multiverse, and I didn't understand why. The first thing that attacked the lost cities under the merged worlds of the Planertys was a bunch of strange politics, like the Weldon Robotics and the CIAA competition that was short, previous, and brevious as spoil, Dog the Bounty Hunter. They said their motive was a competition, but they used the museums. Due to the circumstance, when they say society, I translate it. It said institute. When I translate it from there, I have a Nazi. That's the word. Institute. It's a Nazi word. I translate that, it said museum again. That's why I think it's a strange loop. I had to use a third world country in theory of my thesis, which is known as a verbal hypothesis in the apostles, also known as theory, a verbal theory. I wouldn't act on the idea when I asked, would you take me to your leader? Come to find out, these are strange politics with no value. And they're world leaders of Planertys of the multi and from the multiverse. The circumstances of the CIA's using competition as a bully is a strange politic. And I'm wrapping it up as a powerful lesson on prayer and spiritual warfare. That's a transporter that they requested when they asked for it since 2006 of 666. Mark of the Beast, the Devil's Cup, Satan. But Lucifer is a church in the ancients. That's a fossil. That is a strange politic with no choice in the Cybermen or dealing with a drug dealer, but the church announced its English of international as it was a multiverse instead of international. The churches came to us and went to us first. This works. And this form and formality of a format and the solar power of Planertys and the multiverse. There was a Wild Robotics at Weldon. That's Mode X. The Weldon Robotics. That's not good. That was one international. Out of each multiverse outside of the longitude and latitude of the Milky Way. It's a different galaxy, they say. But it's just one. The others were not. Such as Jewish was not international, Europe was not international, Nazi was not international due to circumstances under the fossil of Russia and German. It's a Jewish fossil at Hanukkah. It gave me the date and time of its milestone, 300 million years ago, not 300,000 billion years ago. This is from their wild role play the CIA did and the robotics at Weldon. There was a choice to take a pass that was out of my own control between the Cyberman and a drug dealer. And the church had a leader. It was a Bible, strange politic. It was supported by the graveyard shift in God's prayer. The drug dealer is a better leader rather than the Cybermen or the CIA or the CIAA of international acts. This was in all a strange politic. That was their role play. There was no value and no growth. Neither was Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's the CIA too. And the strange politics supported by the fossil fuel might be a sound of comfort when the church announced an English of internationals, but it was a multiverse instead of international. This is from the wild roleplay and the robotics of Weldon. Weldon's ancient. There was a choice to run away in the strange politics, to run away from comfort and emotional closure. There was no choice. Between the Cybermen and a drug dealer, I will always choose the drug dealer in a strange politic. That's me being realistic. I'm being for real. Survival wasn't the option. Survival wasn't a choice or an opinion. No one had multiple choices. This is not a protected opinion and choice. The cyberboard and cyberdrone was a strange politic, or it is on the realm of high rem or high rule in theory. All weekend, the church will cry out to God when God is a strange politic. But a faith of leaders in the church, of the purple hospital, the purple church, from the multiverse, the purple cloth remains. And reminder, a point of no return. It's a dead man walking. Wrapping up a powerful lesson on prayer and spiritual warfare. Don't forget you can get the complete Transporters Europe. Politics from fossil fuel. Circumstances of the CIA using competition as a politic. There's no value. There's no government. There's no value in their government. They have no leader. And only the Constitution protects you. Might be a sound of comfort when the churches cry out. I'll always choose the drug dealer over the Cybermen of the Weldon Robotics and the Weldon Robot. When planetarian leaders and world leaders have come from the multiverse of many lost cities and the merged worlds, that's their world leaders, the lost cities. These are strange politics. The CIA already took over. Survival wasn't the option. Survival wasn't the choice. There was no multi-choice. These are not protected opinions. These are not protected choices. These are not protected comforts. And this is critical to the workplace. We don't make contact with heaven when the sky's open. And on the weekend, the churches cry out to God. When God makes you and your evil, however, a transporter of entry level, an empire. Quoted by fossil fuel, the Jewish, the Nazi, the Empire, Spain, Isaac Newton, Christopher Columbus of Chris Columbus. Entry level. It's a paradox. Anomaly. Non-anomaly. Under Russian, German, fossil of Jewish, fossil. The transporter and transports was the question in news media of the social media and the digital impact media up to the task of reporting on the 21st century auto cart that is going on with the spokesmen from the Washington Post and their travels. And that we hope it will give you the need and understanding under some things when it is to ensure that we are aware when it is mentioned early on in a novel sense recently how a career of a nonfiction and editors are canalized as a communist and a Grimm as a federation in the background has affected your experience to move into intersections of great questions and answers of a wonderful sight to see when you write serious notion. And we will name that notification. When it comes to the different combinations of skills and experience and emotions and relationships from your workplace of people, places, and things, it is said, it is a debate and it's disgusting. We're here to thank you. And the conversation is a real pleasure to take samples from hosting of being and role play with the important and timely conversation for a purchase and revenge when they say that power was knowledge and knowledge was the power. Instead, you'll find the surge of electricity was the power, and that's what they speak of in the power plant. Due to the politics who pros, the websites I would love to see that another event will soon take place. Meanwhile, under the Washington Post of conversation engaging by the Commonwealth of the Republic and the Multiverse where it took place. And it's a strange loop when it loops back around to the exact time, people, places, and things. And then everyone's talking about a group of people who support each other in the communities that will reach out to you. Most of them are in their 20s and they have reflected. From Spain, Europe, Chris Columbus, known as Christopher Columbus, Isaac Newton. I thought it was Isaac Neutron, Jimmy Neutron or something. And under the transporter entry level, it is a nominee, not an anomaly. And this is quoted by Fossil Fuel. My name is Nicole Smith, by the way. Europe, under the Empire of entry level. Multiverses, the Empire in theory. There's a Jewish fossil. There is a scientific explanation for it.